also in the process of producing a film. It's called The Magician. It's about the first black quarterback to start in the NFL. His name is Marlon Briscoe, and he was a classmate and a teammate of mine at the University of Nebraska, Omaha, years ago. And Marlon started for the Denver Broncos after their star quarterback went down, and he lasted a year. He set rookie passing records that still stand today. He went Tebow up there. Marlon Briscoe still holds the records for a rookie quarterback. And but after his first year, they got rid of him. They traded him because they still weren't ready for a black quarterback. They traded him to Buffalo, and he was switched to wide receiver there. And once this coach from Denver got fired there, they hired him in Buffalo, and he sent Marlon Briscoe to the Miami Dolphins, where he earned 2 Super Bowl rings, as a leading receiver down there, the only undefeated NFL team. He was on that, and then the next year, I think they lost a couple of games, but they still won the Super Bowl. But after that, after he left the NFL, he got involved in drugs and took him all the way down. He was in prison for a while and living on the streets, but he just retired about a year ago as a director of a Boys and Girls Club out in Long Beach. So it's a great story. We hope to get it done. We've got some really good partners now, and it should happen.
Hello, my name is Lauren Banks. I'm a junior and a major here from Durham, North Carolina.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Durham?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I did some work in, I did a thing called Freedom Song in Wilmington.
Okay.
And then, so my brother was living in Durham, and I'll be at Chapel Hill next month.
Right. Okay. Well, I was curious about The Magician, the film. How is that process in terms of gathering the story? Are you the screenplay writer?
No, we hired a guy by the name of Greg Howard, who wrote Remember the Titans.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
And so what's the process like, and what part in the process are you at now?
Well, money is the big thing. Money is the big thing, and we've been working on this project for about 3 years, but George Lucas took 20 years to do Red Tails, and then after he put his money up, then he couldn't get distributors, So, and the thing is that what they're saying, and it's true, is that black films don't do well overseas, and that's where 2/3 of your money comes from, overseas. And so, what we're doing is we're not making it it's not going to be a football film. It's going to be character driven. So we're trying to get around that by having a great story.
Are you the director?
No, I won't be directing. I'm hoping that we'll get Carl Franklin, but my partners are talking to John Singleton right now. Trying to get John on board. Anthony Mackie, I wanted to play the role. I think Anthony would be great as Marlon. Same size and everything, but Mackie, he won an Academy Award for Hurt Locker, and now he's blowing up. So the chance to get Mackie for a $12.5 million film, I don't think is going to be too big.
Any other questions? Curiosity?
Anything, I guess, I don't know, artistically, what did you learn from working with Lloyd Bridges and
Kenny Leon? It's funny, I worked with Lloyd in Chicago, 2 Trains Running had just come off Broadway, and Fishburne had landed a film called What's Love Got to Do With It? And so when it came to Chicago, they brought in a young actor by the name of what's his name running from ER?
Sal?
Oh yeah, Eric LaSalle. Eric LaSalle joined him in Chicago. I had just done a film called Rudy. I joined him in Chicago, and Lloyd came in, and the first rehearsal, the great Roscoe Lee Brown was in the play, and Anthony Chisholm. I know you guys know him. Anthony Chisholm was in there, and so we have the first rehearsal, and Roscoe Lee Brown, he had never heard of me, and so he started asking around. He said, you know, I heard that you started when you're 45. He said, you got plenty of time, you're going to do well. Because I was concerned about that, you know, because I had been told all the time, well, you know, you're getting older, you know, what you're going to do, they won't know who you are. And so he said, you know, you're going to do well. And the reason why Roscoe was asking about me is because Lloyd didn't really have to give me too much direction. And we were, you know, and because I come prepared, you know, I really come prepared. I get the script committed as soon as I can, because I think you have to commit that script before you can do anything, before you can really develop that character. You really have to make it your own. You have to internalize it. So I had a great time working under Lloyd, and I saw what he was doing. But Lloyd had left after the show got off. But we were going to do an extension at the Regal Theater in Chicago, and so Lloyd came back to do a run-through, and so we were rehearsing, and then I had a problem with one of the actresses, you know, just upstaging me a lot in this play, and so during that rehearsal, you know, I was doing my thing, and afterward, Lloyd gave up, you know, he critiqued everybody, and Roscoe says, how does it feel to be the only one that doesn't get critiqued? And I said, it feels great. But I knew that I hadn't done well in that rehearsal, so I talked to Lloyd, and I said, so Lloyd, what'd you think? He said, it wasn't in your reality, John. And that's all he had to say to me. I knew what he was talking about. And once he said that, you know, I was fine. But so I did, and then going down and working with Kenny Leon was the same thing. I think I taught Kenny some things. Because, and I say that because, I mean, he said that, you know, he had mentioned the fact that maybe he had been doing some things wrong. But he asked me to come to Boston to do Troy Maxim at the Connington Theater. And I won an Ernie. Independent Reviewers are winning an award for Best Actor in a Large Theater. We won Best Play, Best Director, everything, you know. But what Kenny did was he had the other actors pick up on my key, you know, my note. Starting off, I mean, you know, you have to really start off on the right note, and you have to find that note, find the music right on. And if you're grounded and have, you know, people pick up on that music, then it flows. It flows. And so Kenny has helped a lot of actors. I can't say that he's helped me, but I do look for every director to, I mean, he's given me some notes that were valid, and I appreciate it. But I can't say that I learned a lot. What I know about Kenny is he really is, he's a good choreographer. And he sets the stage pretty well, you know. And he's got great vision. So. But I did